Hello, beautiful people, and those that should have been swallowed. You know who you are. I might be the one tomorrow that should have been swallowed. So you taking it all personal and shit. I'm just saying. Well, thank you for joining me on The Raw Truth in Disguise. Please like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell, because I might drop something juicy one day. Who knows? It might be entertaining. Who knows? But I hate for you to miss it. Because you know a bitch bipolar. I'm just saying. I could wake up moody, happy, depressed, sad, over the top. Like, who the hell knows what kind of day it's gonna be? That's how come I know I'm an alien. I'm not from here. I don't belong here. Why are there so many breathers out there? Hey, some days it's okay just to laugh at yourself. It's okay to laugh at some of the silly shit in your head. I want to come up, sometimes I bring up a subject, but I know I have the tendency to go left and out the ballpark, so I guess maybe just go with the flow and see what happens. But I really think that you need to write your own dictionary and define your own definitions, because everybody's definitions are not the same. Hell, majority of us speak English here, but it don't even sound like it is. We make up our own words as we go along, and free will. My interpretation of free will is we have a choice. And it's one choice or it's this choice. There's usually two choices you can make. Or it's a plot that you come up with. You come up with a plot, or there's two choices when you decide. you know. But we operate out of light and darkness. Everybody has it. That's goes in regards to the yin yang symbol. You are one of a whole, and you either operate out of a lot of light, but you always have that little bit of darkness, or you're operating out of darkness, but you still have that little bit of light in you. And operating out of light is out of love, and that is also defined different by everybody. It's a temporary emotion with a lifetime existence. Some of us are chasing it to the death of us, and I have been through some things and relationships, and we all have different kinds of relationships, whether they're intimate relationships or whether they're, surface relationships. And a lot of times people are not truthful and they're not honest. A lot of times people are selfish and they do things to benefit themselves or to see what could be benefiting to them. That's why I feel like I'm alien. Remember, we're here to listen, we're not here to judge. I just feel a lot of things are premeditated. A lot of things are just, it just amazes me the things that people do that are spiteful, deceivious, manipulating, just such a dark operation, and the light things, that the way they operate out of the light is to do these things of kindness that are benefiting for themselves or just whatever. I don't belong here. I'm an alien, I'm telling you. I don't even know where to begin. Okay. Yeah. Write your own dictionary. Define your own definitions. And make sure that the people that are closest around you, or friends or whoever, make sure that they know how you define your definitions, because the way that they define theirs is not going to be the same way you define yours. And that's why a lot of times people end up like oil and water, opposite pages, arguments, all that stuff. And operate out of a darkness because I don't like that space. It really makes me into a person I don't want to be and that I don't like. So I don't like to operate out of darkness. Some people get off on it. Their darkness is top notch tier. I have seen it, let me tell you. I have really seen and know of some people who have done some real devious shit, but secrets are the death of you. There's life and death in the tongue. It's the sharpest knife in the drawer, and the things that you speak carry weight. They really do. So it's either upon yourself or somebody else. And sometimes you don't realize when you speak it to somebody else, it just comes back to you regardless. You will receive a downfall from the things that you speak upon somebody else. And I don't know, life is very weird. Life is very tricky. Life without money, the world can't go around, and everybody needs money. And it's sad, some of the things that are done for money, obtaining money, having money. Money is not that important to me to disrespect myself or to go robbing or stealing from somebody. I feel like if I can't ask for it, then it's not mine. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't believe in taking from people because you never know what people had to go through, even just hard work alone to get what they have. And so just to take stuff from people, to me, is just, that's not cool shit. And experiencing so much loss and knowing that grief is a big part of me, because I feel like the ones that had real love for me aren't the ones here anymore. And that's hard, and that's a sad truth. It's a bitter pill to swallow a lot of times. A lonely heart won't do what a broken A lonely heart won't do what a broken heart will. A lonely heart won't do what a broken heart will. It's head over heart decision. Sometimes you gotta get out of this heart. That's why it's below your head, so that way you can really be clear and make a logical decision of what choice to make. It's head over heart decision. A lot of times when you leave with your heart, lead with your heart because you're leading in your emotions. And most of the times it will steer you in the wrong direction. Because people usually aren't on the same vibration or, wavelength to be operating in the same emotional, even comprehension. You'll know when somebody's not meant for you. You'll know because the way you're treated. That you'll know that's how you matter. Everybody's love language is different. That's why communication is really important. But to me, a lot of times, questions come with premeditated answers. So I really don't ask a lot of questions. I just watch the behavior. And people's behavior tells a lot. I've changed a lot over the years. At one time I was really aggressive, and for the most part, I feel like I've always been by myself. Even if I was in a relationship, I still feel lonely. So, hey, you might as well be by yourself. I figure I might as well be by myself instead of trying to entertain somebody, keep somebody happy, monitor their emotions. They doing it's too much to run behind somebody. It's too much to try to stress myself out with all those things. Have I before? Yes. Yes, I have one too many times, and there's just something now to where I won't go on nobody's phone. What you do and how you do it will tell me all I need to know. How your relationship with your phone should tell you all you need to know. You know what I'm saying? Like, people do such deceivious, deceptive and devious things. You know, I just, I really don't, I see a lot more of people's dark side, and I interpret their dark side because I know part of that dark side. You know, I can't say all of it now, but you get me to a point and all that nice shit go right out the window. It really will. So I really try not to let myself be in that space unless I have to. But if I have to, I'm gonna make the best of it. I'm gonna make the best of it. Believe that, you know. And I just being around people right now is just taking a toll on me, you know, and I feel like I have a lot of PTSD from shit that has happened to me that some of it I can't even explain. I can explain it, some of it I don't have no proof. How can you prove something happened to you if you have no proof? All you can do is talk about it. Even the stories that people come on and tell. Nobody's saying, here's all the facts, here's all the proof laid out. You're just believing in what they're saying. And that's a problem because that's how a lot of people just become followers in a way to where you're not your own person. You know, and just so many things are on display that just aren't cool. You know, people's minds are polluted in pornography and some X-rated things, and it's sad that that seems to what takes precedent on what's visual, you know, but also understanding because of human psychology, you know, but yeah, a lot of things, stupid shit, I'm not understanding of. I have a low tolerance for stupid shit, and I just believe that if you define your own definitions, you know, create your own dictionary, and you know, the way you define things isn't the way somebody else is going to define them. And we're all different. That's why there's so many options. Way abundance of options of different things. Like, going to the grocery store and there's 20 different mustards. Like, it's just, it's consuming that things so simple have become so complicated now. But we're all different, and I come from a different generation, so, you know, I just know that it's more hurting of the things that people do to me. I don't know about anybody else. I can't speak for nobody else, please. Best believe, because I'm an alien. I'm not even from here. This is where we listen, we do not judge, right? Which is a crock of shit too, because every majority of people are some judging ass motherfuckers, you know, and it don't matter what it is. And I don't care what people say about me. I don't care what people think about me, because at the end of the day, I don't have nobody doing what I'm doing. I don't have nobody here with me. I don't have nobody putting their 50 in for this 50-50 equals 100 shit. Like, don't shoot your eye out on that. I swear, people do the damnedest shit though, you know, and it's sad because that is really what separates us, is the vision, our visual interpretation of things. You know, that's what separates us. And we don't look the same. We're not the same. So if our outsides aren't the same, our insides aren't going to be the same. But when it comes to organs now, organ transplant, those are the things, you know, some of them are the same. So sometimes everything you say can be misconstrued, or, you know, somebody got a debate about it, or, you know, I don't like to argue with nobody. I can't stand arguing with people, you know, and I don't, if you get me to arguing or you done trigger me to some kind of way, man, I'm going to take it to the death of me. Like, I really have to pump the brakes and be like, whoa, Like, you're letting us get out of control. Like, you're saying things you don't want to regret or you can't take back. And that's one of the things about the tongue is once the mouth says some things, you can't take those things back. And there's these things called ears where things are supposed to just flow through. And once they get stuck and we replay that video of what we saw. We replay that sound of what they said. Like, there's so many. I wish I was one of those that jumped up every morning like, woohoo, you know, and just felt like nothing bothered me. And I was just happy all the time, but I can't be. Because I done went through too much dark shit in my life. I done had too many things happen to where you can't unsee those things and they can't be undone. You know? Kissing my mom in a cardboard box, I can't undo that shit. Kissing dead sons, I can't undo that shit. You know what I'm saying? I think about it less and less because I try to replace it with something else. You know, but kissing my granddad in the casket, just, people just, you know, you can't undo shit. You can't unsee shit. And that takes a toll sometimes. You know? I used to be so busy all the time, I couldn't even see straight. The world every day spun. You know, every day spun like a merry-go-round. And then I just felt like I crashed one day. You know, I felt like I crashed one day. And each and every day is a slow process to process these emotions, process these situations, just process deaths, grieving, like, especially when you lose kids, man. I know I have kids here. I do. But, you know, death is like final separation. I guess that's why it's so traumatic, is because you can't bring that back. You can't change that. There's nothing you can do about it. It's final. It's done. It's a wrap. You know, but believe it or not, we cry more for people that are alive that hurt us than the ones that are dead and gone that we miss so much. You know, but I don't have all the answers, people. I'm not perfect. If you know what perfect looks like, please take a picture or show it to us so we're not missing out on it. I'd really like to know what it looks like or what it's supposed to, you know, I don't know. But, you know, just beware of your surroundings because you never know what somebody's up to. Right now, it's a little bit scary. You know, I'm just saying the holidays are coming up and, you know, it's a depressing time for some of us. Shit is depressing for me. I can't stand the last 3 months of the year. They are so, like, I feel like it's just so devastating to me. I don't have a new way of I gotta change the story next year of the last 3 months of the year because this is depressing. This is really sad, but, you know, just being a woman and knowing that there's things that you really, really want that seem so out of reach, because how do you find somebody that's even close to being on the same page as you? Because remember, I'm an alien. I'm just saying, I must be. I must be an alien, you know? I don't know. Maybe it's my lack of socialization. Who the hell knows? But it's not like that has been my whole life. It's just been really the last couple months because things have just been intense in a way to where I had to process them to be less traumatized. Let me say it that way. You know, story for another day, because there's always a story. It's always something to tell. It's always something to say. You know, but I really want to say saving one life is better than none. There's days where I've been real dark and had to go seek help and maybe did some things I shouldn't have and was forced into help. You know, I can't say it on here because I don't really want to trigger somebody. Plus, I don't want to get, you know, shut down or whatever they say. Shit. I don't know. I would hate to lose access to you. Better yet, I'd hate for you to lose access to me. I remember the other day, a couple weeks ago, my daughter said, The lady asked me where I was from. I said, really? And I'm looking at her, and she's looking at me. She goes, I was wondering if I should have told her I was from out in Texas. That's what I'm saying. The world is a stage with a whole bunch of actors, actresses, whole bunch of players playing the game. That's why they say, don't hate the player, hate the game. Because it's always somebody running a game. It's a game that is played. When somebody approaches you, it's for a specific reason. Best your ass it is. Just know that. Nobody's not going to approach you to say, hey, the sky is blue. Come on now. That's so random. Boy, that's so random. But, you know, like I said, I don't have all the answers. I don't know everything. I just know the shit that I see people do is ridiculous. You know, worshiping, you're singing certain songs, you're worshiping. So the songs, be mindful of the songs that you're singing, because that's what you're worshiping. You know, it just, so many things have distorted the vision, especially pornography. Oh my gosh. That shit makes me want to laugh every time. Because y'all straight idiots. Y'all straight idiots. They are actors and actresses. Don't forget that. It's another part of acting and performing. Oh my gosh. So many unrealistic things that people don't have the realization of real reality, what's existent, what's non-existent. I don't know. I really don't know. I feel alien. I don't feel like I belong here. I really don't. I really don't. I feel so foreign. I feel so alien half the time. You know, and maybe because I feel misunderstood too. Like, I really feel misunderstood. But I'm not meant to be understood. I don't need you to understand me. I really don't. I'm trying to understand me. That's the biggest hurdle. I'm trying to understand me. I don't care about nobody else understanding me. I don't care about being misunderstood. I think about being misunderstood for myself, to myself. I'm trying to understand me. I really am. And I feel like I'm struggling with that. I feel like this shit is like an onion layer, to where I'm peeling off these layers trying to figure out who I really am down at the deep core. I know who I am. But all these things in the process that have helped make me who I am, I'm trying to unpeel those. I'm trying to go through that. I want to get back to who I really was, happy. You know what I'm saying? Unbothered. You know, just simple things were not complicated. But anywho, I'm Alien. We're here to listen, not judge. And it's time for me to fly away in my beautiful spaceship, people. Hopefully what I'm saying resonates with somebody. Hopefully it gives you an understanding you're not alone on some things. And just know we're all different. We all really are. And, you know, thank God for so many things. Thank me. Thank me for so many things. Because I could have failed in so many ways. And I didn't. So I thank me for that. You know, but I think we're worshiping things that have been brainwashed into us. I'm not going to go into that right now, because that's a story for another day. Love you, beautiful people. Till next time.